There's something about the desert world of Caravan SandWitch which I found to be surprisingly compelling. The post-apocalyptic adventure on offer here sees you take on the role of Suj. This protagonist finds herself journeying back from space, returning to a ravaged home planet, all in the name of finding her long-lost sister. On first impression though, I was left a little underwhelmed. Things start on a rather barren and boring space station, a typical sci-fi setting that should make for an exciting intro, but felt a little flat and kind of half-baked here. Thankfully though, within mere minutes, you're whisked away on a transporter back home, and this transition, which is presented rather beautifully, quickly kind of regained my attention, and before I knew it, I found myself on the home planet where the game truly plays out. Upon landing, any reservations about the experience I was about to embark upon quickly dissipated. The world and cast of characters found within Caravan SandWitch make an immediate positive first impression and have plenty of soul, which may seem somewhat odd considering it's largely set on an empty, kind of abandoned planet. After some customary explanation, world building and initiation of sorts, you're then free to kind of explore this unexpectedly sized open world. And it's here where the magic of this modest adventure is truly found. You leave the endearing central town ready to explore the desolate planet in a charming little yellow van, trundling across the landscape, discovering the various locales dotted across the desert setting of Provence. There's an interesting contrast here because although the world of Caravan SandWitch isn't particularly filled to the brim with interesting things to see and do, there's just enough to keep a level of intrigue to make you want to keep exploring. It's a game world of restraint, but one that's well realised. Provence has the disparaging contrast of being a space that feels warm and grounded, while also at times seeming kind of bleak and exploited. It gave me that same sense of exploration found in the likes of Breath of the Wild, where I was just curious enough to see what was kind of behind the next hill or around the next corner. This is the joy of Caravan SandWitch, having a space to kind of explore at will and it being absorbing enough to enjoyably spend time in. Development studio Plain Toast has created a game world of true merit here. It's a game that offers an overall gentle experience, one that encourages this kind of exploration without the threat of any violence or damage, and it's a space you'll find yourself kind of happily getting lost in. Your journey across this largely unoccupied planet sees you piecing together the mystery of your aforementioned sister's disappearance. This simple story is kind of pushed along by a novel in-game social network, which the few remaining inhabitants of your homeworld use to communicate. It's here where you'll discuss what to do next, text out updates on your progress, and get messages about where you may want to head. All in a rather kind of nice low-pressure way. You'll visit abandoned outposts and factories tasked with getting a mobile signal working again or getting power back online. It's simple stuff, but it's done in a kind of delightful way. True progression though is found by kind of making upgrades to your van, adding kind of like new tools and accessories to your ride, which ultimately kind of enable new abilities which allow you to explore new places, such as those that were previously behind closed doors. But getting these upgrades can feel like a little bit of a slog at times. For that, you see, you need to collect various parts to craft for your van upgrade, and finding them can feel a little bit uneven. But it's this need to find supplies that's the kind of main driving force for exploring the world at large. But on more than one occasion, I felt the game wasn't really respecting my time by sending me on ambiguous treasure hunts. Yes, it was lovely to explore the world, and I've got countless screenshots to prove it. A photo mode would be great in this game. But having this tiresome kind of scouring be the primary reason for exploring the world kind of takes a little bit of the joy away and the shine from doing so. Although Caravan SandWitch gets a lot right in the roughly 7 or 8 hours you'll spend with it, the playtime does feel a touch padded out in places, which kind of left me feeling the overall experience would be a lot tighter and more enjoyable if it was possibly kind of trimmed in half. However, that's not to say this one isn't worth checking out. The mystery you're tasked with unravelling is simple but compelling, the world you explore masterfully crafted, and rooted in a sense of bleak reality, and the core gameplay is kind of refreshingly loose in a way. It's a simple adventure that invites you to jump in the van, hit the dunes, and lose yourself as you journey across the sand. It's charming stuff. Thanks so much for watching, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.